Am I the asshole for demanding my fiance stop bathing for hours on end because we only have one bathroom? I'm a 25-year-old guy, recently got a new place with my fiance, 26-year-old guy, and it's overall a pretty nice apartment, but the only downside is there's only one bathroom. My fiance loves bathing and would oftentimes spend hours in the bathtub soaking. We're talking 2 hours minimum, and sometimes, depending on how his day was, close to 4 hours in the bathtub. I wish I was exaggerating, but legitimately hours in the bathtub.
Oh.
This what? Yeah, don't you turn into a
You're
raisin?
A prune.
This wasn't an issue before, as our old place had a bathroom and a separate washroom. I've tried asking him to shorten his bathing time, and he just said he needs it to relax. Also, I asked that at the very least he keep the door unlocked so I can just go in there to pee when I need to. He just said that's gross and doesn't want to be bathing while I pee a foot away from him. I've seen his butthole, but okay. Yesterday, the whole thing came to a head. He was on one of his long-haul soak sessions. I needed to pee really bad, and it was 10 p.m., so I knocked on the door and asked if he can finish up since I had to pee. He told me that he wasn't anywhere near done. He had already been in there at least for an hour. What is this guy doing in the bathtub? There's something going on in there. It's not just bathing. So I said, fuck it, and I peed in the sink.
Uh-oh.
I just peed it. Okay. He later came out and said the bathroom was free now at 1 a.m. So he was in there for 3 hours.
Oh, it's free now. Thanks.
Okay, so I told him all good. I already went to the bathroom. He asked if I picked up anything while I was at the store, since usually when this happens, I literally go to a nearby gas station. But I told him I didn't go to the store. I just peed in the kitchen sink. And I did make sure to run the water so that it wouldn't, smell. He got really angry at that and called me disgusting for peeing in the sink, and he was just laying it on me. I snapped back and said, I don't give a fuck. Stop bathing for hours on end. I'm not going to the gas station just to pee and shit when you're pruning up. He called me an asshole and went to stay with his mom for the night. He came back earlier today, and it's just radio silence. I'm here to get some different perspectives. Am I the asshole?
So you're telling me that they're engaged?
It sounds like it.
I mean, I think there's only one take here. The bather needs to stop swimming for so long. Like, what are you doing?
I can't even imagine what it would feel like to be in a tub for 4 hours. That sounds terrible, right?
When I sit in the tub for 20 minutes when I'm doing like a muscle soak, like I'm done. Well, it's also like super hot.
But you put you do it really hot and you put like
Really
salt in there.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, so you would probably die.
I would die if I was in there for 4 hours. But just like if you're in a relationship, which these people are, they're engaged. How can you not allow, like, if you're bathing or showering, the other person to just, like, quickly go pee? Just quickly. While you just...
Well, not even quickly. Like, what's the big deal?
Okay, sorry. But you know what I mean? Like, what is the big deal? You have one bathroom. You have to share that space.
I guess if soaking is like this ritualistic experience of candles and tranquility,
okay, well,
and
must be nice, but this is not life. Like, what is wrong with you? This is not a dream.
Yeah, this is obviously
You're gonna make
super unreasonable.
your significant other go to the gas station while you experience meditation in your bathtub for 4 hours? Like, no, that's just not fair. You live together. You have one bathroom. You have to share the space.
Yeah, deal with it.
Deal with it.
Or if you have to have 4-hour bath. I can't even just get over that first fact.
That is an unreasonable request. Unless you, hey, you want to turn into a prune? I don't care. But, like, you got to let your partner be able to pee during that time.
That is the right take.
Yeah.
The only thing I'll say, like, let's say you were super passionate. Let's say we had one bathroom.
I was really passionate about baths.
You were super passionate about baths and being private about them.
I would ask you if you need to go to the washroom before I begin my ritualistic bath and, in effort to try and make this a better experience for all, let you know, okay, I'm going to go in here. I'm going to try and keep it to 2 hours. Do you think you will not need to use the bathroom in 2 hours? And that
is incredibly reasonable.
That would be too reasonable, Ben.
And also, I think I think I have a big bladder. I think I could handle it. I've always...
What?
This is something I'll brag about.
Tell us, Ben.
I feel like I can go a long time without having to pee.
I'm
is that
the opposite
weird?
Of you.
You
I
are
go
the
pee
opposite.
every like half an hour.
All the time. I don't know what's going on there.
It's the tea.
You should talk to a doctor.
No, I drink so much water.
You do.
And tea.
Maybe I just don't drink water enough.
I think that,
I just living life dehydrated.
That is the problem. I think you're really dehydrated. Maybe you should have a bath for 4 hours.
Wouldn't
Put
that
some water in there.
dehydrate you? Being in a hot bath makes you dehydrated.
He never said it was hot.
Okay. Bathing isn't the solution if you're dehydrated, I think is what I'm trying to say
I think
here.
these people need to reevaluate their communication and getting along
Communication
skills
is
before
key.
they tie the knot.
Yes. Or, get a second bathroom.
Well, not everyone can have a second bathroom, so I'm
it's a luxury.
I'm
I
trying
get
to
it.
work within what they have, but they need to come within.
What if in the
within
living room
agreement.
he just puts like one of those inflatable like kiddie pools?
Hey, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, you could just spend hours in there.
Or why don't you build like a little bit of a wall or a barrier between the toilet and the bath, just so you don't have to like look at the person on the
You
toilet?
could just like hang a sheet.
Yeah, there's got to be
Don't you have a shower
solution
curtain
here.
already, maybe?
Well, maybe the shower curtain isn't closed, but you could.
Yeah,
I'd close
there's
that
a
shit.
solution here.
All right.
All right, moving on. Am I the asshole for telling my wife's friend to eat a salad? My wife has a friend that she has had since high school. In high school, they were both lighter, 100 pounds. Why would you know that? However, since then, the friend has gained a lot of weight. My wife is very health conscious and always works out. And even though she's in her mid-30s, she still looks around 20 years old and is still very fit. Anytime I see her friend, she makes comments about my wife being too skinny and that she needs to eat a burger. It bothers my wife and pisses me off when she does this. We moved across the country years ago, so she only deals with it every couple of years when she comes to visit. The last time she was here, she wasted no time busting out the burger comment. After we picked her up from the airport, we stopped for lunch. As soon as we sat down, she pointed to the burger section and told my wife she should order something from there. As soon as she said it, I pointed out that they have several salad options and she should really consider ordering one. Now everyone is pissed off. Am I the asshole?
Okay, everyone just needs to stop making comments about other people's weight.
Are these people friends?
Like, what?
This
I'm
is
so
so
confused.
bizarre.
Also, the poster creeps me out because they're being very specific about the weight of their wife and her friend in high school and
Kind of
currently.
glossed over that.
Like, my wife used to be 105 pounds. Now she's 120. And her friend used to be 105 pounds. Like, why do you know this?
All these people sound like jerks.
Like a
everyone
weirdo.
kind of sucks here, right?
Yeah, well, that was Reddit's conclusion, apparently.
That is
but-
true. Yeah, it's tagged with the conclusion of people who voted. And yeah, I think that's the right take.
Yeah, but
I know this is going to be triggering for, people who feel bad about weight and things like that. So I guess I want to be mindful of that. But I will say, to have a heavier person constantly ridicule a skinny person for like not eating enough, that is bad too. And I don't think people talk about that enough, right? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard it both ways. I've had heavier friends tell me pretty much, like, I related to this, say, like, why don't you eat a burger? Maybe you should eat a French fry. And I always found that incredibly rude and insulting, especially if they had, like, no idea what I was going through in my head or what I was dealing with. And it always felt like it was coming from a bad place. I've also been heavier, like, for me anyways, in terms of people's perceptions of like relative to what they thought was my baseline. I've also had, when I was heavier, people say things like, oh, like, what happened to you? Or did you change your diet? Or like things that suggest maybe you should try losing weight again. So I've heard both, and they most often come from other women in my personal experience. And I think that's just kind of the sad point here. I mean, in this case, it's the guy who seems to really care about it, but I just think it points to that culture in general, which is usually in between other women competing with each other, and it's ultimately coming from a place of like personal insecurity, I think.
Yeah, that really sucks. And it's like
And a terrible culture. Sorry, I don't mean to
Sure.
suggest like it's just people who are insecure. Insecure because of the culture that society has told us we need to think about and consider in all of our actions.
Yeah. So just like don't comment on people's weight.
Yeah, I
about
think
that?
that's like the final point. Like don't say anything. Like it's one thing to think something, but then check yourself when you think that, right? Like, and don't talk shit about other people.